I just got done editing this video, and it was a hot mess. The new microphone that I got, the new lavalier microphone for my iPhone, for whatever reason, it decided to do some form of audio compression. Essentially, whenever I wasn't speaking, it just advanced the audio somehow, and it wound up badly out of sync. So much so, in fact, that it took between 50 and 60 different audio edits just to try and get it kind of synced up. It's not my proudest moment. It is not my best video. But since this video was already about a failed recipe, why not be a failed video all the way around? So with that, here we go. Hey there, it's Steve from Serious Keto, and in this video I am going to try a keto-fied version of a hack that supposedly makes bacon even better. A while back, I had announced on my video podcast that I might start doing recipe fail videos. Things where a recipe just didn't turn out, but I learned something along the way. And that's going to be the case in this video. So full disclosure, I'm shooting this intro after having already done the experiment. And things didn't work out that great. Now I've seen this particular hack multiple times out on the internet, saying that if you dredge bacon slices in flour before cooking them, they get just wonderfully and perfectly crispy. Obviously on keto, we can't be dredging our bacon in all-purpose flour, so I try a number of different alternatives to see how they turn out. Also, in the portions of this video that were filmed using an iPhone, I tried using this wireless lavalier mic for the iPhone, and for whatever reason, it just wouldn't sync up. There was a significant delay in the audio versus the video, and it wasn't a consistent delay. So I'm trying to do my best in the video editing software to kind of get it to sync up, but it's not perfect. So I hope you don't find it too jarring as we start our bacon experiment right now. So for this test, rather than doing the dredging on a plate, I'm just going to do it on a piece of parchment paper right here. That way I can just dump off any excess. I'm not gooing up a bunch of plates. Should work better. I'm going to bake my bacon. I'll talk more about that later. So here's where I'm going to put the pieces once they are dredged. And I'm going to start off with whey protein isolate. Just so you know, I will be cleaning off my fingers between each one of these, so I'm not getting any bacon fat. Not that it should matter because bacon's already cured, but I just want to make sure I keep things nice and clean and tidy here. So next up, the lupini flour from Aviate. For the third piece of bacon, I'm using bamboo fiber. For slice number 4, I'm using the UnbelievaFlour from UnbelievaBun. Slice number 5, Keto Chow, pecan sticky bun. And for the final piece, EverCrisp, breader and batter booster. This is wheat dextrin, so just straight up wheat fiber, zero net carbs. Now the texture on this is different from everything else. It's almost like a really fine salt sort of texture. Not that I know if that's going to make any difference. Now you'll also notice that the whey protein isolate one seems to have, it's almost like the meat is weeping, like it's pulling moisture out of it. So that's kind of interesting. When we make bacon, we bake it. And I forget where I saw this method, but they said first off, start in a cold oven. That will keep the bacon from curling up. You get nice flat strips. Additionally, I had read that the ideal temperature is 368 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know how they came up with that, but that's what we've been doing That's what we're going to do right now. Into a cold oven, 368 Fahrenheit. All right, it has been 20 minutes since these went into the oven, about 11 minutes since it came up to temperature. Here we go. All right, I'm going to give these just a pat with a paper towel and let them cool for a moment. So this first one is the whey protein isolate, and you can see that it had the least amount of shrinkage. It's also really kind of stuck to the rack here. All right, I'm going to call the whey protein isolate not just a fail, but a cleanup opportunity for somebody here. I'm going to give it a taste, though. It just tastes kind of weird. If this were straight up bacon, I would not enjoy it. Moving on. Oh, this one's coming off a little bit better. This is the lupini flour. All right, it is not crisp. It's kind of flopping over here. But I will try biting it on this crispier fat end. Again, the taste is just not right on this. And as you can see, it's kind of floppy. Next up, the bamboo fiber. This looks kind of interesting. Still not super duper firm. And you can see that like the breading's almost sort of coming off of it a little bit. That one, that's going to be spit out time. So don't watch. Whoa, that was not good. Never ever do that. Next, we have the Unbelievable flour, or UnbelievaFlour. Similar to the whey, this is sticking to my rack quite a bit here. All right, we'll try this piece. Oh, wow. That has like the crispness of probably overcooked bacon without the burnt taste. I'm gonna have another piece. Yeah, texture-wise, pretty good. I think probably what I would need to do is spray the rack with some sort of non-stick spray to make this work. This also has me feeling kind of good about using something like this to make a fried chicken sort of breading. It does, however, detract a little bit from the taste of the bacon. Moving on, we have the pecan sticky bun keto chow. This one's kind of sticking to the rack, but it's coming up better than the whey protein and the UnbelievaFlour. Unbelievable. I can't even say it. The flour from UnbelievaBun. Again, probably benefit from spraying the rack. We left a fair amount of keto chow here on the rack. I do kind of like that pecan sticky bun taste. I don't know that it necessarily pairs all that well with bacon. I think maybe the maple waffle flavor might be good. It does seem saltier than just straight up bacon, and it's not especially crispy, but I think this is going to lead to another experiment. Lastly, we have the EverCrisp, and I would say not super duper sticky. It's fairly crispy, but again, there's just something that's kind of affecting the taste. So I think from here, the next steps are, I'm probably going to have to do a full review of the UnbelievaFlour and try some chicken breading, see if I can make some Kentucky fried or Southern fried chicken. The rest of these I'm pretty underwhelmed with the possible exception of the keto chow, and I think I'm going to have to try another round with the keto chow using the maple waffle and probably cooking it a little bit longer. For round 2, I did spray my rack here with a little nonstick spray, and I'm going to do a couple of different baselines here. This is just plain bacon, no coating at all. This is the Keto Chow Maple Waffle. And then I'm kind of doing the Elvis thing on this with some chocolate peanut butter. Lastly, to test the internet hack, of just dredging it with flour, this piece has all-purpose flour on it. Into the oven, 368. So I've been editing this video as the bacon was cooking, and that lavalier mic that I was wearing with my iPhone, somehow, for some reason, there were just crazy audio sync issues. So I decided to take it off for this segment. I apologize if the switch up in audio is a little bit jarring. Now let's take a look at our bacon. Let's see, came off a fair bit better. I'm going to start with just plain bacon. And look, with no coating, this is a lot more firm than any of the others that we coated previously. What can you say? It's bacon. Next up, we have our 2 Keto Chows. Actually, this one, I think by cooking it just a smidge longer, it did firm up pretty nicely here. I'm not sure which one this is, whether this is, I think this is the maple, I think. That might be the peanut butter, I'm not sure. But it's good, and it's crispy, and it's firm without being burnt. Now the other Keto Chow. This one's some maple waffle, definitely. Also, pretty good, and same texture. Finally, gonna go non-keto here and have the all-purpose flour version. This is the original crispy bacon hack. It's fine, but honestly, it's not any better than just baking our bacon the way that I did. I think the crispness is about the same. But you know what? Let me see what my wife thinks. All right, so first why don't you try out the one with the flour on it, which is the one you're holding, yeah? I tell you, why don't you try all 4 of them and then tell me which your favorite is. So next up, maple waffle and peanut butter chocolate. And finally, straight bacon. So first off, did you feel like the one coated in flour was in any way better than just straight up bacon?
I think there's a little more crispier on it.
Okay. All right. What did you think of the 2 Keto Chow ones?
They're all right, but I don't really care for flavored bacon.
Yeah.
Bacon is bacon, or splash of brown sugar, but not even that. I mean, so I don't need any Keto Chow on my bacon, and this makes it a little more crispier. So
also just the flour.
And it reminds me of the flavor's not the same, but pork belly. My mom used to take a hunk of salt pork when I was little, make it into thick and drench it in flour, and then fry it on a stove top in melted butter. And that was so soft and juicy with all that fat in it. Juicy and really crispy, and that is to die for. So
that may need to be a future recipe of some sort.
Yes.
But I won't be using the all-purpose flour.
Okay.
So in the end, we basically had anywhere from totally not very good bacon to good but not worth the effort to just straight up bacon, which I think is perfectly fine. Now I do stand by that method of cooking. If, however, you have a method that you find works just wonderfully and you swear by it, let me know what it is down in the comments below. The one exciting takeaway I think from this is that UnbelievaFlour from UnbelievaBun. I'm really looking forward to trying some fried chicken with that. I think that has got some legitimate potential. That video will probably arrive somewhere in the June timeframe. But anyhow, that is going to be it for this one. I hope you learned something or was at least mildly entertained. If you were, please click that like button. If you're not a subscriber already, tap that subscribe button, then hit the bell to turn on all notifications. That's it. Thanks for watching.